Pirate Software. And we'll go to his channel. And we'll just watch his video. Search. Here we go. Okay.
My name is Jason Forhall, also known as Pirate Software Online. I've been in the gaming industry.
Oh my god, your name is Jason. Me. Okay.
For about 20 years.
No, you fucking, you lying piece of shit. You fucking freak weirdo. Hoppa motherfucker. You have not been working on games, period. Let alone 20 years. A QA tester does not work on games. You suck cock. They're like, okay, we're going to need you to jump against this wall for 3 hours. Tell us if anything happens.
Blizzard Entertainment, then Amazon Game Studios, and now I own my own studio, Pirate Software.
Oh, yeah. Your own studio where you made a whole 0 games. Good job.
I also run a massive community. We've got about 180,000 people in Discord, and most of what I do is try to teach other people how to make games, teach them that they can make games, show them the tools to do so.
Yeah, that's always, those who cannot do, teach. It's crazy how consistent that is. I should teach you guys how to make YouTube videos,
the next generation has the tools to do so their medium doesn't die out. And it never will. And that's the whole intention of all of this. So with that in mind, that community brought me this and tried to get me to sign it.
Devin is illiterate.
Number one, I can't because I don't live in Europe. But number two, I wouldn't sign it even if I could. And I'm going to kind of go through this and try to explain the reasoning as to why.
Right, this needs to be at least 1.5.
Without all of the internet hate machine that's grown up around it. So let's go to how this works.
Not the internet hate
machine.
machine.
First things first, what is an initiative? So an initiative is actually not law. It is something that you put together so you can put it up in front of representatives and they can start the conversation.
Is this new? When is this? Oh, no, this is a
The reason why I have a problem with Stop Killing Games is specifically it starts the wrong conversation. If we're trying to
Oh my god, not the wrong conversation. No, what? All right, what's the right conversation? Let's hear it before I make fun of it.
Putting together a live service game, pitching it as a single-player experience, and then taking away support in the future, this ain't it. And the reason why is specifically on this initiative, under its own description, it says, this initiative calls to require publishers that sell or license video games to consumers in the European Union or related features and assets sold for video games they operate to leave said video games in a functional playable state. Specifically, the initiative seeks to prevent the remote disabling of video games by the publishers before providing reasonable means to continue functioning of said video games without the involvement from the side of the publisher. This isn't always...
Okay, that sounds completely reasonable. Let's see how he fucks this up. I'm ready.
Possible in all video games, and it doesn't call out the specific practice that this is supposedly trying to defeat. It is incredibly vague and will damage all...
Okay, this is not vague. What the fuck are you This is my favorite thing about adjectives, right? You can just call something big. Like, okay, this water bottle is big. It's big. In comparison to what? What do you mean by vague? Oh, it's just vague. Why? It seems pretty fucking specific to me.
Live service game.
And that's the other thing. It's not possible. Why? It was possible for decades. Every multiplayer game, TF2, right now, if the server's shut down, you could still play it, right? Because we have access to the servers. You can run your own server. Explain why that's not possible anymore.
How would you keep League of Legends in a functional playable state? You'd have to re-architect the entire game.
No, you wouldn't. You would literally just need a server emulator. That's it. Now, obviously, they wouldn't want to give up the source code, but that's the whole point of this not being retroactive. Because they're saying, from now on, you're going to have to expect to give people the server software once the game ends. So, you're going to have to either buy whatever license up, whoever made the server software, or you're going to have to be okay with giving up the source code. Obviously, they're not going to do that. So, they're just going to make a server emulator like every other game has forever.
Is what is called client.
You know, before, I don't know, what, 2010 or something?
Server. So in client server models, there's a server and there's a client and all of them...
Yes, in the server, it's just run on a fucking computer. It's not special. It's literally just a piece of software. You could run it anywhere.
All of the game, everything happens on the server. The client just displays it.
Yes, dipshit, we know what that is.
You can't teleport around and do 1 billion damage. You don't trust the client. You trust the server. The client just displays what it's told. Right?
Okay, yes. So everyone knows what the server is, you fucking freak.
Logic, push it back out into the client, and somehow make that playable in a multiplayer-only video game. That doesn't make sense to me. So this isn't going to work.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense? Okay, wait, no, we have to go back. Because he literally, rather than having an argument, he literally just said, that doesn't make sense. What?
Right? So if we wanted to re-architect this, we'd have to take all of that server logic, push it back out into the client, and somehow...
No, you would not. You fucking retard. Just give them the server. You can run the server anywhere. It's just a program. You fucking idiot. God. The thing, I'm calling him an idiot, but he's clearly just a lying piece of shit. Dude, this fucking Weasley freak who you know, everyone thought he was a fucking weirdo. Do I still have that video pulled up? Look, it's this fucking weirdo. Look at how disgusted she is. Look at that. Look at her fucking face. She is disgusted. That's what he's used to dealing with his entire life. He's dealt his entire life with everyone looking at him like that, right? And now he's like, oh, I'm so big and important. I'm so big and important. I don't have to explain anything. I'm just going to say it. Say it's impossible. You can't run a server on a computer. What are you talking about? How do you run a server on... What is a server then, you fucking idiot, if you can't run it on a computer?
Make that playable in a multiplayer-only video game. It doesn't make sense to me.
So it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I'm just busy sucking my own cock. It doesn't make sense. Subhuman. Yeah, dude, exactly. Like, look at this. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on. She knows. She knows. She's like, dude, look at... Why is this... Look at that game, dude. Dude, your game, it's weird. You're a fucking weirdo, dude. That's what she's thinking.
Who are you yelling at? The dogs don't like it.
This guy. Look at him.
Yeah.
I say
Look at that freakazoid.
I don't like this guy, Chad. He seems not very nice. I'm speed running the getting into drama. There's like a no way he would ever see this. And no one likes him anyway.
Going to work for all games. Why is it calling out all games? And it's really easy to say like, oh, you know, that'll get worked out down the line.
What are you talking? This is my favorite thing. It's literally just, okay, we'll start from this is impossible. And then now that I haven't proved it all, there's no proof at all. He's just saying it's impossible and we'll just go from there.
We're dealing with government here. If we're going to be putting up these types of ideas, specifically in front of government, we need to be calling out the right issues, especially if you don't have precedent set. Because now you're going to be setting precedent on something that doesn't make any sense.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. Actually, here's the thing. Here's the joke of all this. I actually don't give a fuck. Even if it was impossible, I don't fucking care. Figure it out or die, because I don't care about you. Oh, man, the world would be such a worse place if we couldn't play League of Legends anymore. Yeah, it'd be so much worse.
May not understand the nuance of our industry.
And I love how he's talking. I'm going to talk like this, just so everyone knows I'm a good guy. I'm explaining it to you retards like you're retarded. You know, I'm talking to you like you would a child, and I'm saying retarded shit because I'm retarded. He copyright strike the 12 sub channel. Well, good thing all of these streams are unlisted.
The name of saving games. I can't agree with that. So let's go into why this is happening.
I can't agree with that. I just can't agree with that, dude. I can't agree with that.
Right, so why did this start in the first place? What is the specific cases they called out that are egregious? And they have one. It's The Crew. So action on The Crew. The video game The Crew, published by Ubisoft, was recently destroyed for all players and had a player base of at least 12 million people. Due to the game's size and France's strong consumer protection laws, this represents one of the best opportunities to hold a publisher accountable for this action. If we're successful in charges being pressed against Ubisoft, this can have a ripple effect on the video games industry to prevent publishers from destroying more games. First off, I don't like the idea in this that it has a player base of 12 million people.
Have I read the Kiwi Farms page? No. He DMCA's small channels that shit on him. Well, he can't DMCA this because they'll be unlisted.
That is not how long-running games work. There is a large number of people that buy the game, and that player base slowly dwindles off until nobody is playing it anymore. If there's any cost associated with keeping the game online, which this was an online video game, then eventually it costs more to keep it online than it does to...
This is a single-player game that was forced to be online only. This wasn't even an online game.
Keep running.
That's why, like, this is way more egregious than stuff like League of Legends, which, again, is still not understandable, because server software you could just give to people. Again, they don't do it because, one, they don't give a fuck about you, and they think taking away your games is funny. And two, a lot of the time they pay a separate company to make the server software, so they don't even have control of the software. But if something like this came into law, they just wouldn't do that anymore. Or if they did it, they would just have an agreement to that whoever's developing the server software has to create an end-of-life plan of some kind.
Right, so the cost outweighs the amount of income for it. There are bad business practices that can occur in there. There are companies that will sell a online-only game as a single-player experience and kind of just put it into
okay, it does. Again, no one's saying you can't shut down a game. Obviously, eventually, the cost will outweigh whatever it's worth. That's fine. The end-of-life plan is the important part.
And hide it, but not all companies do that. When they do, we should be calling out that specific company, not all companies. So
yes, call out all you stupid piece of shit. All right, I'm going to teach you guys something really important. And most of you probably all know this. If I look at chat and I say 99% of chatters are terrible people, you're all fat and weird, and I don't like you, right? I say 99% of chat is stupid. We'll just go with that because maybe the other one's too mean. If I say 99% of chat is stupid, 100% of you will be like, I'm the 1%. I'm the 1% who's smart. That's why you always call out everyone. You never be like, oh, just him or just what. You just say everyone. All of you are stupid. The ones who aren't stupid will know they're not stupid. You know? You can never go 99%. not all night. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I am weird a bit. But that's why you have to do 100%. McLovin, thanks for the $5. You'd be surprised. Pirate has gone after way smaller channels than you when they criticize him. I don't know. Honestly, it'd probably be a benefit if he went after me at this point. Like, he has such a negative press. Anyway.
Let's take a look at this and find out more about the crew itself. And if we pull up their Wikipedia, we can see that the crew was actually created in 2014, which, much to the hatred of all of us oldies on the internet, was 10 years ago. Oh. So this was an online-only racing video game developed by Ubisoft Ivory Tower and Ubisoft Reflections and published by Ubisoft. So all
I'm glad he's literally reading the Wikipedia to me. Thanks. Thanks, Pirate. I'm a little baby retard who has to watch Pirate Software. Thanks for reading Wikipedia to me.
Right. With that in mind, it said it was a scaled-down recreation of the contiguous United States and included both role-playing and large-scale multiplayer elements. So it had a massive multiplayer component to it. It is an online-only, service-based game, and they shut it down 10 years later. On March 31st, 2024, Ubisoft...
Okay, yeah, we're aware. Stop reading the fucking Wikipedia and get to the point.
Which is normal for live service games. The only thing
yes, it is normal. That's the... You stupid motherfucker! That's the point, is that it's normal. When I buy something, I want to have it forever because it's mine, you piece of shit. Not to mention, look, I don't, this whole deserve thing I've always found stupid. Where it's like, oh, you're being entitled. You don't deserve or whatever. How about I want it and you're going to give it to me or you can stop me. That's the point. Why wouldn't you sign this? Because it benefits you. If you, there's only two camps here. There's people who own video games and game developers, right? I could see why game developers might not want to sign this, right? Because they might get more work or whatever. And even then, it's not game developers. It's only game publishers and then everyone else benefits. So who the fuck cares about this other group? I don't give a fuck about you guys. I would sign a petition to fucking kill you. Why? Because it's funny and I don't like you. Like, why in the world would you not support something that benefits you specifically? Everyone else can get fucked. You know? And it's a gross exaggeration anyway, because the cost is like literally nothing. It's a slight increase in order to create a end of life plan for a game. That's it. A slight cost increase. Literally, it could cost $0 if they were willing to just give the server software to you. But obviously, they don't want to do that. But that's their problem if they don't want to do that. So $0. That's how much it costs. 0. So you can get fucked if you want me to lose the game that I don't even care about. But still, you want to take something from me for $0 and you think I won't fight for it. Fuck you. At Lord Frogmire, clear me this, please. Do you understand that there are tools and software that used in server side of games that don't belong to the game developers and they can't publish it? That's why this isn't retroactive. That's the important part. It's not retroactive, which means any game that already exists that they don't own this stuff, so they couldn't do that, this doesn't even apply to. It literally doesn't apply because it's not retroactive. So all of those people are fine. It's saying you cannot do that in the future. That's all it's saying. So whatever they don't own, they would obviously, because it's in the law, they would make a deal with those people that when the game ends, that they're going to have to either create a server emulator that they're okay with being published or that it all has to be published, right? Because this only applies to things in the future.
That could be a problem is if they posted as not an online-only experience. But everything that I found online shows that the game was always marketed as online-only. If you're going to be buying an online-only game...
Okay, I don't care.
That means it can only run when it's online. And if the servers need to shut down in the future, far in the future, it makes sense to me for the access to that game to be cut. If it's
I don't care if it makes sense to you for access to get cut. I bought it. It's mine. Fuck you. Michelin Rotondo Michael Rotondo is a toucan. Thanks for the €2. There's only one camp, the Jewish software 2 camp. It's true.
Only. If it's a single-player experience that has online-only functionality specifically just to shut down the game in the future, and the online-only doesn't actually add any gameplay functionality, I'd agree with you. That's
okay, that doesn't exist, though. You're fucking making shit up. Obviously, there's always going to be some added functionality. In this, it's literally, I remember the crew, literally all it is that you can see other cars drive around the same world. That's it. Something that no one gives a fuck about.
Business practice, but that's really rare. And in the specific cases where it does happen, we should call out that, not just all games and not all live service games. Further, there's more context to this too. The Crew itself came out in 2014, but it actually had a sequel that came out in 2018.
Oh, there's a sequel though. Don't worry, guys. The sequel. Man, are there any other sequels that are shittier than the original that maybe people still want to play the original? I wonder.
Another sequel that came out in 2023. And if we go to the Crew's SteamDB, which again is not going to be all of the player base for this, it's only going to show the ones who were playing it through Steam. It was on multiple platforms. And we look at the max here, it did start out with a sizable amount of community, and then it degraded. And it had a major drop-off in 2018, which is the same year that it launched a sequel. This
obviously, dipshit, they wouldn't shut it down if people were still playing it all the time.
And then the servers effectively die. You can't run a live service game on this few players. You can't.
It's
most
not
of the time,
a live...
especially not if there's anything else that goes into it. And if we go into that anything...
This is why... a curse, because the other videos I know were much worse that this guy was talking about. This is why this has nothing to do with continuing to run a live service. They don't want you to run anything. I just want to keep playing if I want to. Which all you have to do is give me the server software or a server emulator. That's it. That's it. And if you do it from the start, this is extremely easy. The only way I know this is every multiplayer game on the fucking planet did this from like 2005 and before. That's how every multiplayer game worked.
Else, and we could see that there was license problems. So on December 14th, 2023, Ubisoft delisted the Crew and its expansions from digital platforms, suspended sales of microtransactions, and announced that the game's servers would shut down on March 31st. So they gave them 3 months. Usually I would say, hey, 6 months is probably a better deal, but if they're going to do 3 months, they're going to do 3 months. The only thing that I'd be interested outside of that is
time, though. They give you time. You could have played your thing. Look, chat. 6 months, coming to your house. I'm breaking in, and I'm stealing your shit, and you can't fucking stop me. But I gave you time in advance, so it's okay.
If there was a contractual obligation to do more than 3 months and they didn't follow it, if it was in the terms of service or not, citing upcoming server infrastructure and licensing constraints. What were those licensing constraints? Well, it turns out that all of the cars in the game were licensed from the car companies, and a 10-year running game likely means
Michael
that they
Rotondo is a toucan thanks to the 2 euros. He's the devil advocate.
But I've seen this type of video many times in the industry.
Dude, like I said, this is why he's like some goblin freak, and it's literally just because he thinks he's a game dev. People think like, oh, well, he's running a live service game, except I'm almost guaranteed Rivals of Aether 2 is playable offline. Like, I'm 99% sure. So that has nothing to do with it. Literally, the only reason he's defending this is because, like I said, it's the two camps. It's everyone who's ever bought a video game before and very few, some game devs. Well, he thinks he represents all game devs, even though he's never made a game before. So that's why he feels like he has to defend this side, even though it's patently absurd. This guy's a furry? Yeah, I know. It's fucked up.
And working it, so it's not unlikely.
He is a super genius, though. Chat, you are forgetting he is a super genius because he was able to get paint to work with OBS, which is clearly fucking impossible.
You're going to have to renegotiate on a game that has so few players and is not turning a profit anymore. You're probably just going to forego the renegotiation. And if those servers are aging, you're not going to want to recreate.
Yes, okay, but all those licenses only have to do with selling the game. If the licenses running out meant what he's saying it meant, then they would literally have to take the game away from you when the license ran out. That's not how it works. It just means they can't sell it anymore.
Infrastructure. And there are some people...
And even then, most of the time, it doesn't work like that. But I'm just saying, I'm being the most generous to him. It would mean they can't sell it anymore. Even, again, it's usually not how that works either.
Well, just make it all single player. Well, I've explained that doesn't make any sense.
Normally what it means is they just can't make like a remake or something and use the same things. But the same like product can still exist. They just can't update it in any way.
In the first place. If you're making it all single player, you have to carve off all of that, and it's developer time and money. When you already have sequels out...
Oh, he has a girlfriend? Am I really... Come on, are you surprised? Look at that mother... Wait. Are you surprised that this motherfucker has a girlfriend? Because look, this is how girls look at him. That when a girl sees him, that's their face. So he has a girlfriend. God, what a fucking freak.
And the game has basically no players left anyway, it makes more sense to just move on. I don't find that to be a problem from the developer perspective, and I understand that people find that to be a problem from the player perspective. These are two different ideologies, and that's okay to have two different ideologies.
No, it's not. It's not okay to have two different ideologies when you're talking about 99.999% of people and a couple people no one gives a fuck about and should be killed for no reason, just because it's funny.
I just won't agree with it because I understand the burden that puts if we raise that problem.
Oh, not the burden, dude. Dude, imagine the burden if they had to release server software. It'd be so fucking hard. It'd be just so hard to release server software.
Right now, if you try to tell me that every studio needs to run their live service game indefinitely or not want to run one,
again, no one has ever asked for that. You lying piece of shit. You know no one's asking for that. You look fucking weird. You eat pee-pee. I don't like you.
At all, then no one's going to run them. And we're going to miss out on adventures like Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh my God, we're going to miss out on adventures. Yeah, dude, they'll totally give up their multi-billion-dollar game because they might have to release server software in the far, 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 far future when they don't even care about the game anymore.
And even though I don't play anymore, League of Legends or any other live service game, any of them, you're talking everything.
This is so fucking stupid. Like, it is the most retarded argument ever, by the way, that, just all live service games will die. Hundreds of billions gone forever because they might have to have an end-of-life plan for a video game. Yeah, that's completely reasonable. You fucking idiot.
Phone games, as funny as that is. A lot of people don't realize that phone games require online-only
Oh my
activity.
God, not phone Dog, they're gonna get rid of the phone games, man. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do if the phone games die? It's over.
Come on, go. What about stuff like Monster Hunter Now? What about any of these? We'd never get any of them. And that's why I think this needs to
you just
not
never,
be
you
today.
such a
It needs
fucking
to be
idiot.
specific about the business.
You know he's lying, dude. Like, I keep calling him stupid, but you know he's just a liar. Mugga Rotondo, thanks for the €2. Nom nom nom, more infant foreskin. Nom nom nom. It's not fair. Me, the Jewish man, is fighting for the people's rights, and him, what breed of Asian is he? Whatever it is, he's the evil.
Practice it's trying to defeat, which is specifically...
Bro, if Stop Killing Games killed Master Duel, it'd be the greatest thing of all time.
Companies...
He owns like 10 ferrets and is obsessed with them. His first own is a ferret. Dude, you know he's abusing those.
That are doing this.
You know. Yeah, he's...
The guise of it being a
they have
single-player
been
game,
inside of him. You know those ferrets have been inside
and doesn't add any gameplay elements. That's the problem. So now we're going to go to Ross, otherwise known as Accursed Farms, the creator of this initiative, and one of the ones that's pushing it the most online. I'm going to let him say exactly why he thinks that this will go through very easily and why it is important, and then I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with it.
Becomes law in the EU? Yeah, it might be. Now, it's not a guarantee, but I think if we get the signatures, this passes. Why do I say that? Well, it's a few factors. Politicians like easy wins, and this doesn't require them to do much at all. And unless it involves gambling or protecting children, politicians generally don't care about video games. So this isn't of big consequence to them or most of their constituency.
I'm going to stop it there for a moment. The assertion that politicians just like easy wins, this legislation...
Oh, he's Korean. You know he's part of shit Korea, not best Korea. You just know it.
Go through, but the politicians don't care about a multi-billion-dollar global industry, and that it doesn't matter to their constituencies is incredibly absurd to me. I don't think this is
shut the fuck up. You know what he meant, you stupid piece of shit. You nitpicking weirdo.
Right direction at all for a movement like this. I think it's incredibly damaging, and it makes our entire industry look bad.
It makes our industry look bad. You make everyone look bad, you fucking loser.
Developer side. If we're going to be putting forward anything that may eventually turn to legislation, it should be passing because it's the right thing to do for consumers and developers, and that there's some kind of...
No. See, the and. Immediately he said and. No one gives a fuck about and, you stupid freak. Right? Never. Imagine being like, when we make laws about stealing, we need to make sure we're doing the right thing. We need to make sure that both thieves and regular people are being supported. No, get fucked. I don't give a fuck about the 0.00001% of game developers this would even affect.
Not just because it's an easy win and politicians don't care.
It's an easy win. Oh, shut the fuck up. That's not the easy win part, you dipshit. He's saying it is politically appealing because it would look good for them to pass this.
Completely wrong foot.
EU law is already unclear on a lot of this practice anyway.
And that's dangerous. If we're going to be setting precedent, which could change the way that law works all the way down the road, then we need to be sending the right message.
What is the right message, you stupid freak? Genuinely. What is it? Just say it. What is the right message? Sucking publisher cock. I know that's what you want.
Just sending a vague message that doesn't cover...
Oh, vague. Let me play the fucking game! Is that clear enough? Is that too vague? If I pay for it, I should get to play it. One of the worst part is I don't even care about any of this shit. All these games that are dying, I never would have played them anyway. Like, and if TF2 dies, I probably wouldn't play it anymore either. But it's just a weirdo, freak, skinny, gross loser fighting against everyone for no fucking reason. Because he thinks he's better than people. That's why. You know that's why. This guy, let's look at this motherfucker thinks he's better than people. God, look at him. Fuck you.
Actual problem. So this is not a win to me. This is a huge risk.
And we would be making it easy for them to settle it. It falls in line with other consumer practices. You know how when you buy something, you're generally allowed to keep it?
In the case of live service games, in the terms of service for those, you are not buying the game. You're buying a license to the game. And that's the part that's really...
No, here's the cool part. Here's the cool part about laws. I don't give a fuck what you think I'm doing, right? I can vote for whoever I want to. And by signing this position, by signing the petition that I can't even sign, hey, any euros, sign it if you want to. By signing this, I can make it so you can say whatever you want. You can say it's a license. You can say it's a butt, poop, whatever. Too bad. If this passes, I own it now. And that's what it should be. I don't care what is. It's what should be that matters.
Different here. If we don't like the idea of live service games as a whole, I get it. Don't play live service games then. Don't agree to those terms. But if we're into this weird idea that we need to get rid of all live service games or damage that practice...
Get rid of. They just die. Billions of dollars down the drain because they might have to release server software. Ricardo Cumsas, thanks for the $5. My neighbor works at PetSmart, and he says the guy was banned from molesting ferrets in front of kids. I believe it. It sounds true.
In any way to keep in line with consumer policies, it is in line with consumer policies. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be there in the first place. So this doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. You're not buying the game, you're buying a license to the game.
Okay, nobody thinks that though. When anyone buys a game, here's what matters. Again, here's what matters. No one should buy licenses. That shouldn't be how it works. If we could make a law that makes so when you buy something, you own it, everyone would do it. Hence why everyone agrees with this except you stupid motherfucker.
In the niche cases where a studio is trying to sell a game as if you are buying it or purchasing it or using that language specifically.
The niche case where you purchase a game. Oh my fucking God, you self-absorbed weirdo. Michael Rotondo is a toucan. Thanks for the €5. Yahweh is not a Futanari. Moloch did nothing wrong. Epstein never had a list. Pirate Software made great games. Goys are just jealous. It's true. It's true. How'd you know?
And they give you a live service game instead, I agree that should change. That language should change. You are not purchasing the game. You're not buying the game. You are paying to have a license to a live service experience.
Nobody wants this, though. Nobody wants this, and we have the opportunity to change it. That's the point. That's the point. Like I said, what is does not matter. If there was a petition that said, sign this petition, and we will find some random game dev who is probably an asshole and punch him in the dick, I would sign it. I would sign it immediately. Doesn't matter if it's legal. Doesn't matter if the reality. The point is, I would sign something that benefits me and hurts the people I don't like.
This is doing, though, the initiative is not trying to call that out specifically. It's trying to say that all games need to stay in a functional, playable state, which is not calling out the language that is being used to
Nobody cares about the language. We want the game to be playable. We don't care. Imagine this fucking argument where it's just like, you keep saying that you don't want someone to punch you in the dick, right? Well, what if they said punch in the penis? How's that sound? No, I don't care about the fucking language. Nobody cares about the language. Mega Rock and Rolla, thanks for the $5. This Pirate Software guy is like the embodiment of every swarmy, know-it-all Redditor cocksucker. He needs to go in the crystal. I agree. The crystal's too good for him. The crystal's far too good.
Here, call that out specifically. Not this vague bullshit.
And finally, this is
vague. It's not vague. I want to play. Let me play the game. Can I or can I not play the game? That's it. It's that fucking simple. It's not vague.
Topics that politicians would prefer not to deal with.
That's really gross to me as well. The idea that this is just a diversion from serious topics and they can get an easy win in and we can just push it through and
this isn't the point. This is saying why it might succeed. That's what this guy's such a fucking. Again, it's clear dishonesty because it has nothing. He's acting like this. These are the arguments why you should care about Stop Killing Games. These are the arguments why, if this petition goes through, we'll probably get a law that is in our favor. That's what these arguments are for. You fucking retard.
be a lot of pushback on it, and they're not going to have to think about it too hard. That's crazy dangerous, dude. If you're going to be setting
it's dangerous. Dude, it's dangerous. What if someone dies? Someone could die. Look, this motherfucker's a toad. You can just tell. Kananzi, thanks for the $2. It's not like we owned our games for 30 plus. Yeah, it's almost like we've always owned games until very recently.
You're going to be putting forward something that you want to
you buy a license.
eventually become legislation, and these are the reasons for it. Not only can I not agree with the initiative, but I can't agree with you. And I think the tactics that you're using here are really disgusting.
Oh
so
my
yes,
God.
I won't agree
They're
with that.
disgusting. Your tactics are disgusting. Someone could die. Do you know this is dangerous? It's disgusting. God, you self-absorbed... I don't even want to... I don't have enough insults. Just fucking look at him. This is the guy. Disgusting. This guy's calling you disgusting. This guy. This woman is clearly afraid for her life. You make women fear for their lives, and you're calling other people disgusting. What is wrong with you? Pain. Perhaps you and Kobe should turn this potential video idea into the most nuclear episode of Chudcast ever. Thing is, I don't think Kobe cares about this at all. Yeah, think of the children. What if a child wasn't able to play League of Legends?
And I won't agree with Ross. There's no way around that. I think this is gross.
This is gross. You're fucking gross. Just look at... You use a fucking voice changer. You're gross, dude. How many times do you think this motherfucker's been called creepy? Dude, pain. It's pain.
You're not going to change my mind on it.
Megan Rock and Roll, thanks for the $5. It's not somebody dying. It's just their temporary life license running out. What's his problem? Yeah, dude, we're just revoking your license to life, man. It's only a license. What, you thought life was going to be permanent or something? Dude, life is permanent for no one. Didn't you know that, dude? We're just revoking your license early. Get over it, man.
Because I find this language to be incredibly vague and damaging to the rest of our
vague. And no point he's ever explained why it's vague. He just says it's vague.
Both
it's
developers
vague.
and players down the line in the way that it is currently written. And I think that starting a
It
conversation...
hurt players. It hurt players. I love all of a sudden now this is a player problem. Before he's like, oh, we need to do something that's good for game developers too. But now it's a player problem. Sure.
That doesn't get to the core of the issue, is both wasted time and leads to potentially bad outcomes. So if we want to talk about this, let's talk about the actual bad business practices. In the case that a studio is making a live service game and they sell it to you as a product, they say that you are purchasing the game.
No, that is not the bad business practice. No one fucking cares about being lied to. Dude, what? Again, it's this obsession with language. The problem is not the lie. If someone says, I'm not going to punch you in the dick, and then they punch me in the dick, the lie was not the problem. It's the fact that they hit me in the dick.
Or you are buying the game, when in reality you're actually purchasing or buying a license to that game.
No.
I think that we should be fighting about that.
No, we shouldn't. No one... Oh, man, my life would be so much different if it said, this game is a license on it. Yeah, everything would be so... It would literally change nothing. No one gives a fuck if it says license or not.
Players should be well informed at the point of purchase
they should
that
be
they're purchasing a license, not
but
buying a game. And the reason that we have those licenses in the case of clients...
Nobody knows. We're all just stupid idiots. We're not informed.
Interactions that we had before, we're talking about client-server games.
Every video game will disappear when the sun explodes, dude. Yeah. Don't you know your game will disappear by snap in half? You won't be able to play it anymore?
But it needs to be better informed to the player at
time of purchase. We need better informed.
So I agree on that. This doesn't bring that up, though. It just attacks...
No one fucking cares about information. We all know already.
That have online-only components and says that they need to keep being able to be played indefinitely.
Yes, that's it. What you literally just said is not vague at all. Games need to be playable indefinitely. And if you don't do it, you will die. We'll make a law that says you'll be at the death penalty. That's what'll happen. Fuck you.
Aside from that, a lot of people really like live service games.
Yes, people like live service games. That's why they want to be able to play them forever, because they own it. Retardigus 2, thanks for the $5. I would sign a petition to make game devs go through Roman decimations. Me too. It's funny he says that now that people are more informed, it doesn't fit his narrative. Yeah, exactly.
It exists now. So trying to kill off all live service games, as some people have said online, doesn't make any sense either. Live service games are a great way to get away from the real world. They're about social interaction between...
Oh, yeah, as opposed to literally any other video
Some people get married.
Yeah, okay.
Some people met their spouse in them and then got married.
Entropy, thanks for the $5 and a mic drop pair.
And to destroy that just because you don't like them is very weird. I don't think that makes sense.
Oh, it's weird that you destroy it. It's almost like this wouldn't destroy it.
I think that's incredibly inflammatory and could lead to...
Can you imagine how absurd what he's saying sound? It's like, if you have to create a server emulator for your video game, you will give up billions of dollars. Billions! To make one server emulator. That's too hard. Are you upset? It just kill them. It'd kill them. They would die. God, what a fucking
A lot of
idiot.
damage to both what he's trying to stop and to games as a whole. To say that the government just doesn't care and this is an easy win and we're going to get it through is disingenuous. You're talking about a multi-billion-dollar...
The Virgin, I pirate because mere evil corporations versus the Chad, I just enjoy theft. It's pretty... Yeah, his name is Pirate Software and he's against piracy? Weird.
global industry. To think that the government isn't going to be meticulously looking through this and looking for flaws and holes is absurd.
I dare you to keep this live stream public to see if Pirate Software attempts to take it down. So you motivate Koei to care about the situation, go nuclear on him. Yeah, I like my
So I
channel.
don't think that's honest at all.
I'd prefer to
so for
keep
everyone
it.
who's mad about that, fine. Be angry about it. I'm not going to change my stance on that because I can't agree with this, both as a dev and a player. I see the danger
Oh,
involved.
as a dev and a player. First of all, you're neither. You're not a dev or a player. You're way too shit at video games to be considered a player, and you've never made a video game before. So you're definitely not a dev.
I see the vagueness in the language, and it doesn't make sense to me. If we want to fight for better conditions for players, then fight the actual problem. Don't make new ones.
Yeah, don't make a new... Oh, God, I love the... That's his mic drop. Fight for the actual problem. Don't make new ones. Yeah, God, what a freak.